Happy 2017 and happy Sunday. This is Bobby and JJ Radio. We have our New Year's resolution show, and I know a lot of people out there are thinking about maybe purchasing a home. And if you live in some of the outskirts of San Antonio, we got the best person in the studio for you. His name is Jesse Navarro, owner of Evening Star Homes. He has had this company since 2008, been in the business for a dozen years, built over 100 homes. Really nice guy, has a couple set of twins in their 30s. And then he waited a little bit and he got a 3.5-year-old. Little 2-decade break there. Good job, by the way.
Oh yeah.
What was funner? What was funner, the first set, or are you enjoying fatherhood later?
I'm enjoying fatherhood way more now because I know how fast it goes by.
Yeah.
So when I was younger, it just blew by, and now I realize that. So I spend time with my daughter every day.
Love to hear that. That's awesome. Cool. Well, let's talk about Evening Star Homes. Tell us everything about your custom home business.
Well, I started the company in 2008 and started my first house in January of 2009, and since then I've built over 100 houses.
Nice.
Mostly every one of them is full-on custom. I don't build track houses or have like A, B, C, or D plan. Every one is a full custom draw from the ground up.
I think people hate that. I don't think they realiance that until afterwards, but when you're looking at the same house with different faces.
I love looking exactly like my neighbor.
Right. Yeah, no, it's tough. It's tough. And like you said, they usually like 4 different faces or elevations and then 3 different floor plans.
That's most neighborhoods.
And those kind of houses, you cannot make a change because the walls, the trusses, everything come prefabbed.
Right.
So those guys are just putting together an erector set. They can frame up a house in a day.
They're good at Legos is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's Legos.
I got you.
So how long does it take to build a home with you?
From the day I pour the foundation, it takes 7 months.
7 months total.
Because if you go to like say one of these builders, I don't want to call any names, but track builders usually take about 3 to 4 months. But
that's with bad weather.
Yeah. That's in the rain.
That's in the rain.
Yeah.
So 7 months because you're customizing everything.
Everything is full on custom. We change stuff as we're building it.
So you feel that that's really what separates you from your competition?
Oh, huge, because I give everybody individual attention. I'm with them from the time the inception of the plan till the time I hand them the keys when they can move in.
Right.
They're dealing with me specifically.
Directly. That's awesome.
And tell us about your team. How big is your team?
Well, my team is myself, but everybody that I have are very good at what they do. Starting with the architect, they've been around forever. Mm-hmm. My engineers who engineer all the foundation plans, my framers, they've all got 30 plus years. I've been working with the same subcontractors since almost day one. I've only changed like maybe the plumber, and everybody else is the same
I want
drywall guys.
I want to hear why you fired that guy. No, I'm just kidding. You can tell me later.
Never showed up.
Oh, then he's a plumber.
Yeah. So anyway, no, but one of the big keys is the subs that I work with are the same subs that I work with all the time.
That's rare.
I'm not about the best price. I'm about quality.
Sure.
I want it done right.
No, that's rare because, when oil got real booming, a lot of these track builders were telling us that they couldn't find painters, they couldn't find drywall people.
That's because they beat those guys like renting mules to get the cheapest price, and then after they've used them up, they'll quit.
Yeah, they're like, I can pick off trash off at 37 for $20 an hour. Yeah, I'm out of here. Yeah, so that's what.
I was finding out the other day. I was talking to this one painter. This one track builder was paying him $1.85 a foot, and they had to provide the paint. And I pay my guys $3.50 a foot.
Wow.
So
that's huge.
Big difference.
But that's what comes down to the quality portion of it, right? You don't, and then because with the other stuff, you're redoing it all over. There's blue tape walkthroughs the 5 times.
You got it.
No one gets it right. No, I get it.
You're building out in the country, right? You're not building.
No, I build in the city of New Braunfels.
Okay.
Specifically, right on the river in Green, and I also build outside of the city in Lavernia, up in the hill country and everything. But the big difference is that I build my houses outside of the city the same way I build them inside the city.
So what does that mean?
To code. Everything's to code, because what a lot of people don't understand is when they get even supposedly good builders that are building their houses up on Highway 46 or up in the Dominion, which is out of the city limits, they can do whatever they want there, because the only thing that's going to get inspected is a septic system that goes on their property. Okay. Nothing else, electrical, plumbing, nothing gets inspected.
Yeah.
You tend to have more problems with homes outside the city?
Other people do.
But you're doing everything like it was in the middle of San Antonio.
Exactly. I do everything to code. And then one of the big things that separates me is that there's 2 kinds of foundations you can put in a house: a rebar, which is old school rebar foundation, or post-tension slab, which is what all the production builders use. And the reason they go with those is because they can save $6,000 to $7,000 a house on a foundation.
Right.
But if you go to any engineer and ask him which one he would want in his house,
he says rebar.
Rebar. and I will only build houses with rebar foundations.
Why is that? Is it because we sit
Because
on
of
clay?
the quality. Because
Oh.
of the quality, and the builder has to stand behind that foundation for 10 years.
Right.
So if you get a house that splits in half, it's your problem.
Sure. Yeah. And so you might as well do it up front. Right.
Right, exactly.
I hear
What's
you.
the cost difference between doing it wrong and doing it right?
About $7,000.
Okay, so you say $7,000, but you're going to pay for it later.
Oh yeah, well, but do the math. If you're a tract builder and you're building 100 houses, you save $7,000. That's $700,000. You get 3 houses that split in half, and you got to pay some foundation guy $50,000 each to fix it. You spent $150, so you still made $550. But if you're the guy with one of those broken foundations, you have to disclose that when you sell the house that your foundation was broken.
Plus, it'll just put your name through the mud, and you can't afford that.
Exactly.
So, quick takeaway: I want to build a house with you. What's the process like?
First, if you already have a piece of land, we go out and look at it. I get you set up with my architect. I go through the first initial meetings with the architect, so we get an idea of what it is you want, the layout, and we'll do some preliminary plans. I call them stick drawings.
Sure.
No elevations, just the room layout, and we get the square footage down so we're within the ballpark of what you want and also within your price range.
Right.
And then once you figure out that's exactly what we want, I get a deposit, and then we go to 1/4-inch scale. And then from start to finish, to actually from the time you start to the time I can finish a house, it's 10 months.
Right.
So I basically tell people, you tell me when you want to move in and count backwards 10 months, and that's when we need to start.
So, if anyone wants to be in a house by Halloween, and a really good house with beautiful custom builds and probably the best foundation in San Antonio, you need to contact Jesse Navarro at 210-415-8203. Again, that's 210-415-8203. Check out their website at eveningstarhomes.com. Again, that's eveningstarhomes.com. We're going to take a quick break, talk to our show partners. We'll be right back with Bobby and JJ Radio. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and be a fan of our show at bobbyandjjradio.com.